Right now I'm standing at the very first of the SPS-5 test sections working in the southbound lane of US 1 in Martin County, Florida. We are upstream of GPS 121030 by a couple of miles, and this is near the beginning of the project. This is about a 5-mile long project where they're going to be coming in and rehabilitating the pavement here on US Highway 1, and we are going to have, as you can see by the numerals there, some SPS-5 test sections out here. Right now I'm looking upstream of this test section just to show where we are and give a feel for the land around here. We are in South Florida. We're just north of, we're between the towns of Jupiter and Hobie Sound, Florida, with Hobie Sound up to the north in the direction which I'm looking, and Jupiter on to the south in the direction of traffic here. Going to do a brief sweeping panorama of this area. You see what appears to be a deep cut over there, but it's probably not a cut. We're in a region of old sand dunes right here, and what you normally have at the surface is the white sand, which naturally occurs. Beneath that there's a darker colored, an orange sand. At any rate, you really cannot judge where you are cut or fill wise by looking at the side of the road. You can tell obviously where you're in a pretty deep fill, but you can't tell what the lane is in where you're standing out there. I've been through the cross-section sheets on this, and generally we are in a low fill in most of our test sections. Even so, the distress is identical, or seems to be, from one test section to the next. The deflection measurements taken several years ago with the Dynaflex by Florida DOT are very similar all the way up and down the project. And I guess to summarize, we have an excellent project for use for evaluating the different types of rehabilitation treatments that we're going to do, which is different overlay thicknesses, different amounts of surface preparation, and different overlay types on an asphalt concrete pavement. Now, out here on this site we've got about 3.5 inches of asphalt concrete over about 9 inches on the average of lime rock base. What they're going to do on the project when they come in is they'll come in and overlay, or mill and overlay, as I guess as their standard treatment on it, and they'll be adding a paved surface shoulder to this. However, the pavement structure on that shoulder is not going to be anything like what they have in the pavement. Therefore, it is not considered to be integral, and it is just fine for our purposes. The width of that shoulder will be 4 feet of paved width. Put on down. We've got a state park and a Coast Guard station over here to our right, and so we feel real good about this section in that we don't think that the traffic is going to change very much at all in terms of characteristic or have anything which would be a traffic generator develop in here. And it's unlikely that anything at all would develop in here to the right of us as you look, just because it's all government-owned property.